Crafty friend, it's me, Justine. I'm going to be better pressing with you today, so if you're interested, stick around and let's get to that in just a minute. But I wanted to show you glimmering with the BetterPress plate. Look how pretty that is. It's with the rainbow paper from Spellbinders. It is just stunning with this poppy dye. So this one is called Poppy Greetings. It is a BetterPress plate, which means you can better press with it and you can glimmer with it. Hooray! So what I've done with it already is glimmer, and let's better press with this lovely little plate. So we have the main plate, which has the poppies on there. There's 3 big blooms and 3 little blooms. And then there are sentiments that say thank you and best wishes. So I used best wishes on this one. I think I'm going to also use best wishes on this BetterPress one. We have a wedding coming up soon at our work, and I'm assuming that some people are going to ask for some last minute wedding cards, so I feel like best wishes would be a good one for a wedding. So let's just grab my BetterPress, and I'm also going to pop my giant platinum up on my desk here. It is 8.5 inches, so it's pretty big. Alright, so when I BetterPress, I always have this on my desk. I do not usually have this on my desk for videos just because it's huge, and I don't usually do my die cutting on camera. It's usually prepped. So we can go ahead and grab my BetterPress next, which I keep right on hand so it's not usually too far away. And then I'm also going to use my watercolor paper for this one. I wanted to have another chance to use my lovely watercolor pencils, and my sweet friend Melanie sent me the 2 other sets of the watercolor pencils, so I thought let's use those today because I haven't used them yet. So today is the day. I've just been slightly busy with my kindergartners. I'm a teacher as well, so things have been so fun in the kindergarten world. We're just prepping for Christmas. We have a program coming up. We have Christmas store. It's so fun. So to get my platen ready and my plates ready, I'm just going to put it right in the area where it says A2. I have my paper all set. I always have my paper ready before I start putting ink here because the ink is kind of quick drying, I'd say. So when I have my paper here, I can just quick pop it on. So now let's decide for ink. I think I'm going to go with black. I'm feeling a little boring today, but I don't know. I do like these cases that hold my BetterPress ink. There's the blue and the greens, and then I keep my 2 black ones in here, and then I have my pinks, purples, and yellows in the other one. Okay, they're nice and little. They hold in your hand. By the way, if you see ink or paint on my hands, it's, again, kindergarten. I couldn't get some of it off. So to put on ink, I'm just going to do pouncing like so. And some might get on the back, and that's fine. I'll just clean it up after. Maybe I will do poppies as they are. I think they're supposed to be red. I'm going to have to do a quick little Google before I start watercoloring. Okay, and then I just kind of like to do an extra little bop on those bigger, darker areas, just because, I don't know, I have it. And then I will just put my BetterPress top on top of that. Run it through my platinum, no shims or anything needed. I just put it through. I just have to move my glass mat a little. There we go. Nope. Struggle is real today, y'all. Okay, there we go. I can't wait until I'm back in my main craft room, so I probably won't have this problem anymore. I've been crafting in a nursery for, I don't know, since February, so I guess that's almost a year now. And maybe by the time this video goes up, I will be back in there, but I can't wait. Right now my husband is painting the room today, so hooray. If you're not familiar with my whole situation, we did a full demo to 2 rooms in our house. We have an old house, and needed insulation and etc. La la da. But oh my goodness, look at how pretty that is. I wish you could feel the press on this, but you can see there's nothing coming off on my hand. It sucks right into that paper. I'm using the paper that is the Spellbinders watercolor paper, FYI. All right, well, this is all set, so I will just take that off of my top, and then I will clean up this. I use this ink cleaner. It's not my favorite, but I don't know. To me, the texture of it is just so oily, but I guess this is what I'm doing. So anyway, I got my little tool-in-one to help me out, and we'll just go from there. I need to try some other ink cleaner because, like I said, it is not my favorite. This is the Archival ink cleaner. I like Archival ink, like the brand and the idea of an Archival ink, but oh man, it's just so slimy. Okay. And then we'll pop this up. I always like to kind of set that off to the side and clean up my base a little bit before, because this kind of is porous. So if I get that kind of pre-treated, if you will, and then clean off my BetterPress plate, I kind of seem to have a little bit cleaner of a base here, but you know what? I'm a messy crafter, and if it gets ink on it, then that means I'm having fun in creating. So I'm not too irritated about that. Anyway, back to the craft room talk. I'm super excited. We have windows kind of ordered, I don't know. And it's just all around going to be super nice because we're going to save money in the long run by actually having insulation in our walls. There was like literally nothing in there before, and in Minnesota that's not good. So especially since last winter it was like negative 30 or something one morning driving to church, and I just thought, I hope that we make it. So yeah, anyway, but this winter seems to be quite mild, so I think we'll be fine this year. But anyway, this cleans up pretty good, and now it's ready for my next project. I'll just pop it off to the side and we'll get to watercoloring. So when this video goes up, it is January 2nd, so Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I hope that you are all doing well and you're enjoying this New Year season. I know that for me, I will be on Christmas break during the time that this video goes up. So yay. It's always good to have a break every once in a while. I am going to trim this down. I'm just going to take 1/8 of an inch off of the corner here, just because the corner is a little bit crumpled. And then another 1/4 or another 1/8 over here, just so it is cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. Then I can layer some things on the background. Okay, let me do a quick Google search on some poppies. I'm pretty sure they're red. I know that's like a military thing, so let's just see if there's any other colors that I could do too. Ooh, these reds are gorgeous. Red seems to be the color. I'll show you my screen here. We have red, red, red. Oops. Red, red, red. Red, red, red. So guess what? It's going to be red. Let's just leave this one out as eye color. This is kind of a little life hack that I like to do when I know the flower type. Otherwise I'm making blue and purple flowers because I like blue, purple, and pink. But with this actually knowing the color, I think it is more beneficial just to use the picture to help me. Okay, I'm gonna dive into this one. Is set 3, so this one was from Melanie. Thanks, girl. And for watercoloring on these, I like to use the pencil and then go in with a skinny paintbrush after and add color and kind of let the watercolor help me out a little bit. So I think I'm going to use this one first, which is called Crackling Campfire. And for this, I'm just going to fill in the flowers. So I'm not pressing too hard on here because when I go to add the water, I don't want any lines showing at all. So I just have to stay in the lines and get the color on this area, which is pretty simple. The nice thing about watercoloring with BetterPress is the water kind of stays in these little areas because the paper is pressed down. Plus the watercolor paper from Spellbinders does a really nice job with the BetterPress plates. And it does well with these watercolor pencils. So I'm just looking for another picture here that shows the buds because I want to make it look realistic. I think that this is pretty close to what I would assume that is. So the buds are supposed to be this green color, so I'm not going to add red to the buds. So next I'm going to go with candied apple and really press and get that color on the center parts of the flower and just layer it on top of my existing colored pencil. Just following the lines of the flower will help me make this look more realistic, and when there's a fold like this, I'm just going to put the color in the back just to help the illusion that these leaves, and not leaves, petals are on top of each other. I'm thinking I'm going to have to go for a red background on my matting paper, but we'll see. Oh, that looks so cool already. Okay, so that's all set for the red. Now for the buds. Oh boy, I have so many greens now. Oh boy, it's my Minnesota lady coming out. I think we'll use these two because why not? We have crushed olive and rustic wilderness. Crushed olive is a color that I don't have yet in Distress Oxides, so maybe I will have to pick that up soon. Okay, so just getting that color down, and then we're going to shade with some of that rustic wilderness. So looking at this one, it looks like it is fairly dark on one side and dark along the center on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and follow the lines from the BetterPress plate and then add the color there. To me, that looks pretty good. And that's it. So it's pretty simple for coloring, but really fun. Okay, now I need to add water. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a skinny paintbrush and some water. When I'm watercoloring, I don't like to use a big tub of water or cup just because it gets messy. It always gets discolored really quick and very quickly, and it also is just, I don't know, kind of like a falling hazard, if you will. So I'm just going to use my spray bottle like usual. I think that's the brush that I want to use. I don't know. I'm not too much of a paintbrush snob. I have a whole bunch of paintbrushes and I don't know. It just kind of works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spray some water down on this area, and that will be plenty of water for my watercoloring. So for this, it looks like there's that dark color is going to stay in the center, so I'm going to go from dark, the center, out to the edge of the petals, just so I'm not blending my light color out and not having any dimension. These colors really come to life with that water. And I'm just going to kind of do little circles where I see some pencil lines. And just get a little more water and do the rest of this flower. A little more water for the last petal. And that looks fabulous. Okay, now for the next one. These pencils really react well with water. It just is amazing. I have the Ulta New woodless watercolor pencils. I have not given them a try yet. I wanted to do my reaction on camera, so it's kind of like my full reaction, if you will, and I have not had a chance to film that, but I will soon. And I wanted to kind of have them go up against each other, Distress versus Ulta New, and just see. So far when I did the unboxing, I noticed the Ulta New pencils were skinnier and they felt harder, and I don't know what that would mean for watercoloring. I just noticed it. And then also for the Distress colors, the fact that I really like is that those match the Distress oxides. So to me, that's a huge win. Now I just need a tiny bit of water for my green areas. So I'll just do one spray and get that going. By the way, that this picture I've had on my phone here is beautiful. It says it's sponsored by Etsy. It's a clip art. So shout out to that artist. Free stock in shipping. It doesn't say whose store, but maybe we'll click on it. Then we'll find out. Crafts Whimsical Art. So shout out to you. Thanks for helping me color this. That green did not take hardly any time to color. And look at that. I have no cup to throw out, no dirty water. I didn't waste hardly any water. Most of it went either right here or went onto my project. So look how pretty that is. I find this very beautiful and simple. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna add some paper to the back, and ooh, that will look really nice. This is Spellbinders cardstock. I can't remember the color of it, but I will have it linked in the description if you are interested. Oh, I forgot to say, on my first card, I used the embossing folder of the month on the background. So that has this really cool leafy texture. So there's a look at that one more time. But I really do like having that embossing folder for texture. It's just fun. Okay, wow, you can definitely tell that that is BetterPress because of the texture and the press that it gives. I'm just gonna pop this onto a card base and then I'll be all set. I really need to fold some more card bases. I am down to 2, which means now after this video I'm down to 1. That is crazy. That means I've made 100 cards since August. Whoa. Okay, well, 99. There we have it. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, well, here's a look at both Glimmer and BetterPress with watercolor and an embossing folder to kind of accompany it. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments. I can't decide, so I don't know how you're supposed to, but if you can, let me know. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and watching. If you could hit the like and subscribe video before you head out, that would be great. Anyway, thanks for watching and happy crafting. Bye-bye.